Hey everybody, welcome back. Today in the spotlight we have a little pocket rocket. Well, we have a pocket multimeter anyway. It's the ALLSUN 3085A for your cheapo pleasure. So this pretty tiny multimeter has been out for about a year or so now. So it's fairly new in the world of multimeters. And what I like about it is it has quite a bit of functionality under that tiny hood. So whether or not you like a clam bake or a clam shell, hope you enjoy this review. Let's go. So a while back, quite a while back, I did a little review on this SATA multimeter, another carbon copy clone of a ALLSUN make. And you know what? I wasn't very happy with it. Wasn't very happy with this clamshell. So hopefully this ALLSUN will do better. Yeah, and as you can see, this was one cheap meter, way down there in the price department. Under 15 bucks or around 15 bucks or so Canadian. So peanuts, really. It's about $10, $11 US. Wow, this is a cheapie. Comes in a nice little box. And, well, yeah, look, they covered up that nice picture with this skew. Oh, I hate it when they do that. Also comes with this little digital multimeter manual. And it's got some pretty decent pictures. Goes on about the slider lock mechanism, understanding the display, and the basic accuracy and what have you. So all in all, I gotta say, not too bad. Speaking of accuracy, plus or minus 1%, plus 5 digits. So yeah, pretty well the norm. Input impedance 10 mega ohm. Good stuff. So let's get it out there right away. The locking mechanism on this clamshell style multimeter sucks. Okay, it just sucks. So it's in the lock position now, and you just move it up, and technically it should just open, and it does, but you really gotta, grab it a bit. Your mileage may vary. I just think it's a little on the problematic side, but maybe I'm just being nasty. Now you've got this hinge design, which is sort of paramount with this style multimeter, and the thing that irks me is that, look, wouldn't that have been a great idea just to be able to pull it back with that hinged outer design, and there you are, instant tilt stand. But lo and behold, yeah, it doesn't work that way. What an engineering faux pas. That's the word. So instead, you're relegated to staring at it point blank on the bench. Speaking of staring at it, what do you think? Overall look? It's okay, isn't it? I like it. I'm not a fan of these types of selector switches. I'm just not a fan. I find them kind of problematic. You got to kind of squeeze it with your finger. And I mean, try doing this one-handed, right? It's just, whoa, it ain't gonna happen. Come back here, come back here. So, yeah. Test leads themselves, they have that little locking mechanism here. Just pull down on it and it releases the latch, and bada boom, bada bing, you are good to go. Now, these leads are really thin. I mean, can you see how thin that is? That is super thin. Oh my goodness. Not that pointy either. Do they even have a cat rating? No, I don't see anything on here whatsoever. Yeah, so that kind of bites. I will not be putting this on anything uber high voltage, that's for sure. Test leads are very short as well, and cheesy quality. Because of the short test leads, you're going to find yourself doing this a lot. Here, boy. Come on. Come on. Now, the housing is okay. ABS style plastic. No sharp edges. On the back, we have our warning. Read the manual before using to avoid electric shock. Oh, 1.5 volt, 1 AAA battery is what powers this little clamshell. And we're going to turn it on. Bada boom, bada bing, bada bang. And oopsie, doesn't have a battery. So right away, we're off to an exercise in frustration. Gonna have to put that battery in. And basically, once you get those 2 Phillips screws out, by the way, they do have a nice brass housing, you have to just give it a little push inside. Already found a nice matching green battery. Away we go. When you turn the meter on for the first time, it does default to volts DC, not AC, so pretty good if you're into bench electronics. The display, as you can see, so it's a ho-hum display, once again, nothing uber exciting here. 4,000 count selector switch on, starting with volts DC up to 600 volts, volts AC up to 600 volts. Resistance, continuity, diode, and capacitance. Frequency up to 4 megahertz. Milliamps up to 400 milliamps. Non-contact voltage. As well, we have two push buttons. One is the hold and the other is the function. And simply press down. No third-party certification whatsoever. I don't even see that ridiculous CE moniker anywhere, and that's probably a good thing. All right, we're going to start things off with a DC precision voltage accuracy test. And I've got that 5.000 voltage reference out. Let's see what we have here. Are you going to be accurate? Are you going to be accurate? I sure hope so. Okay, we are going to put it into volts DC. I got to tell you right away off the get-go that that selector switch just drives me insane. The pointer as well, you can tell it's the same. It does not stand out from the rest of the selector, doesn't it? It just looks like part of a design. Horrible. Why isn't that not at least painted white or something? But anyway, okay, so here we are. We should be looking at 5.00 volts, looking at 5.01. Definitely in spec. Excelente. AC voltage is next, 121.2 volts. Remember, this is not true RMS, but it's pretty darn close. As well, the ALLSUN also has a frequency mode, and there we are with the AC frequency of 60 hertz, coming up 59.8 hertz. We don't get any duty cycle on this meter, strictly frequency. Welcome back to another Yes, this is where I get to scream about things that really tick me off in the world of multimeters. This week's spent, oh my god, I can't believe I even have to say it. Multimeters that only have 2,000 counts. 2,000 counts? What does being in the year 2022 mean that's the only counts that we can get? Oh, crazy. Heck, even my dog has more counts than this. High resolution means higher accuracy, and there's just no excuse whatsoever for a 2,000 counts in 2022. 6,000 counts, now you're talking. 20,000 counts, cheapo, yeah baby. Please vendors, stop it with the 2,000 counts. Please. LEDs, here we go. Starting off with the standard diode. And we have that forward voltage drop. No audible beep, that's too bad. Let's go over to the red LED, and it is lit with a forward voltage drop. Over to the yellow, lit with a forward voltage drop, just barely though. Green, it is lit. Wow, very hard to see, but it is lit. No forward voltage drop. The blue, nothing, and the white, nothing. So 2 out of 5 in terms of forward voltage drop, 3 out of 5 in terms of illumination, and yeah. Output voltage in diode mode is a balmy 2.2 volts. Continuity is next. Now these are captive test leads. Captive meaning they're permanently attached to this meter. So I'm not going to be able to pull out those probe masters. Anyway, let's see how good or not so good the ALLSUN performs. 3, 2, 1. Hey, you know what? That's not bad. Now, unfortunately, it's not very loud, not very audible, but it is fast, it is latched, and we have that nice visual indicator as well. Oh, better than expected. Awesome. .3 decibels, maximum output in continuity. Now that is low. Yes, not very loud. Hey, this is capacitance. That's a bonus when it comes to a small pocket clamshell meter. Let me tell you, 4 millifarad, 4,000 microfarad, not bad, really. You know, I'm just curious, is it going to do anything better than 4? Might help if I put it into capacitance mode. You go, Darren. Okay, there we are. Capacitance, here we go. I'm going to start off with a 10 millifarad. Now, I know I'm being silly, and I do apologize. But hey, you know what? No harm in trying, right? No harm in trying. If I can only keep those test leads on the capacitor. Here we go. Bada boom, bada boom, bada boom. Come on. Put a smile on my face. And no. Oh well. Out of luck. This is exactly what that means. Okay, so we tried. 560 microfarad cap. Let's see how fast it can measure this. Not too bad, 509 microfarad. Yep, that's about right for this capacitor. So speed-wise, not too shabby. Here's a 3.3 microfarad. Coming up is 3.2. And finally, we have a 100 microfarad. Keep the pins on the test points. There we go. So speed-wise, better than I expected again. Hey, not bad at all. Alrighty, resistance is next. Here we go. I got a 0.5 ohm resistor. Now, some meters have a problem with such a low resistance. Let's see how we make out. Boy, these test leads are tiny to work with. 0.5 of an ohm. Coming up is 0.3. Now let's see what we have in terms of resistance on the test leads. Come on, work with me. So 0.1 of an ohm resistance, 0.1 of an ohm. Next, let's look at the speed in resistance mode, sitting at 8 mega ohm right now. 7 mega ohm, 6 mega ohm, 5 mega ohm, 2 mega ohm, finally 1 mega ohm. Yeah, not bad at all. That's actually pretty fast. Good stuff. Okay, quick look at high voltage right now. We should get an audible alarm when we exceed 600 volts. Let's find out. 1000 volts coming up. 3, 2, 1. And yes, we do get that nice audible alarm and visual as well. One more time. Bada boom, bada bing. That was 1000 volts DC. And it looks to have survived. Okay, let's just take it down a notch. Let's try 250 volts. Here we go. 250 volts. Yes, indeed. Beauty. 500 volts. And beauty once again. And let's do it one last time. 1000 volts. And yeah, we get that nice high voltage alert, alarm, whatever you want to call it. Good stuff. Hey, it survived. It survived. Last but not least, quick look at milliamps. Remember, this goes up to 400 milliamps, sitting at 228 right now. Over to 530, and bada boom, bada bing, back down 128 milliamps. Let's go to 300 milliamps. Oh yeah. 400, and we get that over limit. So 400 is the cutoff. Good stuff. Alrighty, here we go. NCV mode. So pretty sensitive, actually. Excellent. Hey, better than I expected. Gotta say. And same thing here. Treble light switch, but seems to be fairly responsive. Well, hey, all things considered, not so shabby thus far. I gotta say, for a cheapo pocket clamshell meter, it has impressed, at least to some degree. All right, let's go back on the inside and take a second look. Here we are on the inside of the little ALLSUN. Starting off with the reverse side, yeah, no shielding. Hey, no surprises, just our ABS plastic. Okay, but now let's get down and dirty. Starting off over at the top here, interesting placement for that fuse right beside the battery housing. Isn't that interesting? It's a 500 milliamp 5x20 ceramic fuse, but once again, a very unusual spring mechanism holding that fuse in place. Now this does not do high current, so no current shot, nothing like that, strictly milliamps, but it's good to see once again they have overrated the fuse in this scenario. Moving down a bit, we see that one PTC that is on the voltage side. In terms of input protection, not much else is going on. A lot of flux here, you know, not the cleanest looking PCB I've come across as of late. Here is our piezo. That's soldered in there quite heavily, actually, for such a tiny little component. And moving up the PCB a little bit more, there is our cobbed IC. Okay, let's flip it around, see what's on the other side. Here we are at the other side of the PCB, and look at that. Really nice looking rotary selector switch tracks here. They're small, but nice gold plating going on there. Very nice. No grease at all. but nonetheless, it's still looking good. Here is our rotary selector pads, and once again, nice gold plating. Moving down the line, here is our zebra strip for the display. Close up here, there's the NCV right there. It's just a wire right here. Extends all the way the length of the multimeter, and it's just hanging there looped through the side here. But yeah, really basic, but I guess at the end of the day, it does the trick. Closing thoughts on the ALLSUN EM3085. I gotta say, I was pleasantly surprised. Yeah, this little meter does a lot for not a lot of money. I mean, that NCV was actually a lot better than I thought. Amazing what just one little red wire can do. Performance-wise, pretty decent. Yeah, it's not the biggest, baddest out there, but you know what? For something you're going to throw in your toolbox or your car, I gotta say this one should fit the bill. Certainly not perfect because that small display is hard to read, and outside it gets even harder. A backlight would have been so much better. At the end of the day, if you don't want something super uber heavy to carry around, just want something pocketable, portable, that's got a lot of functionality, the ALLSUN should have you covered. The ALLSUN EM3085A gets a solid 3 out of 5 stars. Yeah, I was quite surprised. Good job, ALLSUN. This meter I like. Thanks for watching this review, everybody. Till the next one, keep on testing.